And whenever I talk to people and I ask them to name the top 3 things that they know about Godrej, the lock is usually definitely among the top 3.
Nav-Tal has got its pehchan.
Enduring love that this brand enjoyed.
That's been around for so long that it holds so many values and has such a rich heritage.
And I think Nav-Tal and trust and Godrej are sort of intertwined.
Nav-Tal became synonymous with padlock. We are now trying to match the aspirations of the next generation in whatever they see around.
So if you think about people in their 20s who've grown up with an entirely different set of products, an entirely different set of expectations from what we had, just the amount of exposure that people have to absolutely world-class products and services is completely different today.
In terms of looks, in terms of form, in terms of fit, in terms of finish, people are comparing any product with other categories, like a mobile phone, like an automobile.
When you're trying to redesign something that's so iconic, it's not easy, right, to hold on to the values that are positive and enhance those.
I am pretty upbeat about this change, although it was littered with lots of bumps along the way.
Our attempt was that how do you kind of reincarnate this Nav-Tal, maintain the connect between the old identity and the new one without compromising on its original promise of what it has to deliver.
Because you want to make sure that it is not just another lock or not just another Nav-Tal, but it's the right kind of product for our time.
We worked with Michael and we had our internal team as well who brought a lot of great ideas.
It is their strong credentials, their track record, and the promise that they brought to the table.
Even the creation of a brief was done with Michael. So we sat down, we talked about this, we figured things out before we put them down on paper. Michael was encouraged to explore everything. So it was a very interesting process of sort of back and forth and collaboration.
We actually use the whole idea of completeness, so completeness of form. The Nav-Tal is a pure circle.
Padlock had to be circular, kind of became the norm. So the new normal is going to be a very different padlock shape.
We actually took this whole route of elongating a circle. So it's an envelope that defines the concept of the shape. Not just this lock, but then all the sizes of this and possibly all the technology generations that will build out of this. The way it's designed is there's a bevel that kind of gives a sense of strength in the body.
If the lock gives you an assurance that it's going to keep your home safe or your family safe, you want to make sure that it also takes into account that you might live in an area that's not terribly well lit. So you want to feel safe while you're opening the lock because you don't want to fumble with it for too long, right? So if you look at the way this is shaped, the whole of the key here is asymmetrical, right? And that's for a reason, because there's only one way that the key can actually work with the lock. The amount of force that you put on the key to actually open a lock is important. So imagine you have somebody, maybe a child who's opening a lock, or if you've got somebody who's maybe got arthritis and their hands aren't as strong as they used to be. You want to make sure that the key recognizes those facts and accounts for them in its design. So if you hold this key and if you look at the grip here, it actually holds perfectly. The force is transferred right along the central axis and you twist it and it just works brilliantly.
We've kind of looked at a convex unit for the lock branding, and of course it's a concave unit for the key.
And we wanted to make sure that the name Godrej occupied a place of pride that reassures people that they're buying a wonderful product, and we also are proud of what we do. We've got it on the back and we've got it on the front. It's important that it's sort of centrally positioned on the key as well.
One of the great things about taking something as ubiquitous as a lock and redesigning that is that you're able to touch millions of lives and you're able to sort of impact such a large number of people with a product that's been really well designed.
One of the key ingredients for marketing this new avatar of Nav-Tal is to drum up a lot of support from the existing channel partners and trade partners, seek their alignment and get their buy-in. I'm waiting eagerly to launch the product and see the reception and the response, particularly from the younger consumers.
I think people are going to be able to connect with this at many levels. So it's a product that keeps people safe, but that it does it beautifully and it does it sort of meaningfully will absolutely be noticed. I think people will get it.
It's a new avatar, but juna pehchan bhi hai. So it's, I would say, connecting the two generations. That's why I call it next.
Never before kind of creation.
Enduring simplicity.
A renewed relevance.
Brilliant.
Beautiful.
Out of this world.
Cool. Unique.
The future.
New.
Stylish.
Exciting.
Cutting edge.
Excellent. नया है तो बेहतर है.
Love.